everybody, welcome to SAP MM Overview. So today we are going to see the overview of MM module of SAP. So far we have discussed what is ERP, what is SAP modules, basic screens of SAP, and how to log into SAP. Now in this section we are going to see what is SAP MM? How does SAP deal with material management and how they organize their data? So let's begin with SAP MM. Before beginning with SAP MM stands for material management. Then first thing which strikes on our mind is what is a material? A material is something that can be called like raw materials, semi-finished goods and consumable materials. This anything in real life example, whatever you consume, whatever you use is somewhere related to material only. Suppose a car is a material, again tire is a material, car engine is a material, your desktop is a material, your smartphone is a material. So anything and everything that we use in our day-to-day life comes into material. Now the different segregations of material we'll see in forward. Then what is MM? As I said is stand for material management. This is a module in SAP which deals with procurement and inventory function. Procurement means purchasing of goods or raw material or semi-finished goods or finished goods for consumption purpose from outside. So MM module basically deals with how do we purchase material, required quantity in the stipulated time, stipulated price from the market. MM is integrated with other modules like FICO. Suppose if we want to purchase something from the market, we need to pay them something. Then finance will come into picture. Then quality QM, SD is sales and distribution. QM is quality management. Like whatever things we are receiving, we should check the quality of that product, and we should set a standard benchmark that I need this kind of quality, and after receiving the material we'll check the benchmark whether we have received the same quality of goods, superior quality, or it's sub quality product we have received. PM is production plan, production management. Like how do you manage the production, how much material we have in the inventory, how much material, raw material is available for manufacturing the goods, how much we require to procure by what time. PP is again production planning. How do we risk mitigation? How do we handle our planning? These all are tightly integrated with MM. WM is warehouse management, which means what material to be kept where, so that if we search on a computer, it should give us unique place in the storage or warehouse where it is kept, so that time for sorting and finding out where the material is kept in big warehouse is very less. Why do we need SAP MM? So what is the need that SAP come up with material management module? Why it was necessary? Before that also, so from thousands of years we are already handling companies, materials in our home, in offices, in godowns, in big manufacturing sectors. Then what is the importance that MM come into being, or SAP decided to bring something like material management? So the answer lies is, in today's globalization era, organization has to deal with hundreds and thousands of materials for a different purpose, like raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods and consumable materials. To manage, track, procure, sell and store materials effectively and strongly is highly integrated material management is required. So in this case, suppose a car manufacturing company is there. So they have thousand types of instruments for screwing this car, making them assembling part is becoming ready. Again, car itself has hundreds of components to be gathered together. Suppose a company which is assembling a car and purchasing different material from a different companies. So being a tire, being engine, being color, being seat cover, being labels, stickers, and car body, everything is coming from different companies. So in this case, it's very difficult for them to organize things. Initially, it was there. People were working like that only without SAP also, but organization and the planning was missing. There were a lot of wastage. Few quantities were ordered too high, which is kept in inventory and is being not utilized from a long time. Few quantities we do not have it, or it was not noticed that that quantity is finished. So ultimately you have something high, something low, and production is stuck because we cannot assemble one unit of car due to lack of some of the components. Suppose tire is not there and car body is surplus. So if without tire we cannot deliver car saying that this is a car. So what happens, the management is not that great. Second thing is, if something is kept in inventory which is not being utilized, that means money is being stocked and that money is not working, that money is not flowing in the market. So in that case, company order suffers loss because there is something called cost of capital. For purchasing that inventory, whatever cost they incurred, they are paying the interest on that cost, but they are not receiving the benefit of that product. So raw material depends upon the organization. For a chemical company, it can be any sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and other things. And when they give finished products like a battery, chargeable battery, or a nail enamel, or a paint, that can be a finished product for them. Again, for a tire company, raw material will be some acid, rubber, then iron wires. All these are raw material. What they are giving? They are giving a finished product of a tire. Say for example, MRF. MRF is rubber, Madras Rubber Factory. So they are into manufacturing of tires. Now the tire is a finished product for MRF because MRF is selling directly the same tire. But for Maruti manufacturing company, for a car manufacturing company, the tire is a semi-finished goods. Why? Because they purchase raw material from, they purchase semi-finished goods, tires from the market, they assemble it with their car and they are selling car as a finished product. So car is a finished product for car manufacturing company and tire becomes a semi-finished product or semi-finished goods. So in a nutshell, we will see what are these uh, raw materials, semi-finished goods and finished goods. What is consumable material? Consumable materials, like every company for producing, they are into manufacturing of car, they are into manufacturing of enamel or paint company, but for their own purpose they require paper, pen, stationeries and some other materials which comes under consumable like electricity, water. These are consumable materials. So without this, normal function cannot be processed. To manage this thing, how to efficiently manage, how to understand what cost is being incurred, where company is losing money, how to optimize the overall production planning and the material management procurement, we required material management. And that is why SAP came up with this idea of making SAP MM a module. Now we can see raw material. Raw material are used to produce finished or semi-finished goods and products. Example, wood is used to make furniture. In this case, wood is a raw material to make furniture. Similarly, like I told earlier, like rubber and then chemicals and other machineries are rubber and chemical are used as a raw material for tire manufacturing companies. Semi-finished goods are used to produce finished goods. It cannot be consumed directly. For example, a tire manufacturing company gives you tire directly. You cannot use tire directly. You need to have some machine on which the tire will fit, like a bike or a car, that has to be there before. So that's why tire comes under semi-finished goods category. It cannot be consumed directly. Example, steel, a raw material used in production for many other goods such as bicycle. Car engine, some farm buy car engine from others as a semi-finished goods and then they use their own car. So in this case, suppose a car engine manufacturing company is manufacturing car engines, then car assembling company purchase these car engines, they assemble this car engine in their car and they sell the as a finished product, a complete car in the market. Now if somebody purchase directly this engine, so this engine will not work directly for them. It needs some vehicle on which this engine will work. Finished goods can be sold to customers or consumers for their direct consumption. So what things we can put in finished goods category? Finished goods are something which can be sold to the customers for their direct consumption, like furniture made of wood, a finished car, etc. Consumable materials, these materials are not directly involved in production, like water, paper, pen, fire safety devices, but these are required for consumption. As I was iterating, lack of material management may lead to unnecessary high cost due to inventory. So your money is stuck in inventory and you are running out of money to put into some other places. And cost of capital is increased because inventory is ready, stock is ready in the inventory, but you cannot utilize that stock. Decline in sale due to unavailability of material at the right place on right time. So for example, you have a car manufacturing company have a surplus of tires in Pune company and surplus of body in Bangalore factory. So there are two plants, one in Pune, one in Bangalore. One is having tire surplus, whereas Bangalore company is looking for more tires so that they can produce. So due to lack of this planning, Pune has tires, Bangalore has engines, but none of them can go ahead and produce full thing because either of the thing is missing in both the places. This thing happens because of lack of planning, lack of calculation, that how what things we have in our inventory surplus, what things we have in our company deficit. If we know this thing right ahead, then only we can plan for a good production planning. And SAP does exactly the same thing. It gives you the accurate information till that point. Just real time information is available. You just need to put a list and it will give you all the list of material that is available in your system, in your company. If the informations are not available like earlier days, then it was difficult to plan production, it was difficult to plan procurement, what I need to procure to produce this thing. Chances of malpractices will increase because you are not aware what is there in your own company in what quantity. It also impacts the financial analysis because ultimately your money is stuck, cost of capital is increasing, and production is not there, finished product is not there to be delivered to the customers. In SAP, how do we define an organization? How do we define that okay, this is this place, this is happening, that place, how this the complete organization structure will work. We'll see this. In this case, an enterprise will have multiple companies, then same company will have multiple factories, then multiple same factory will have can have multiple warehouses. Warehouses or storage locations are nothing but the places of where these materials are being kept. Now, for an enterprise, how can we think about that is enterprise, say for Tata. Now, Tata has multiple companies like Tata Motors, Tata uh, Tata Hotels, Tata this consumable goods, fast moving consumable goods, Tata Salt and other things. So Tata Motors have suppose two factories, one in Bangalore, one is Pune. Then Tata Hotels have only one hotel in Mumbai, for example. Now, then factory 1 means it has only one warehouse in Bangalore. Factory 2 has two warehouses in Pune. So, how do we define this large scale enterprise on SAP landscape? How do SAP will segregate this thing? So, SAP's highest node is client. So, enterprise we will directly link to client. In this case, Tata will be client. Then the companies will be defined as company code, and there will be separate FI for each company code. That means it will have a separate financial statement for each company. Under company we will have plants, so we can have one or multiple plants. Under plants we have storage location. So hierarchy comes like client, company code, plant and storage location. So these are the high enterprise structure in SAP. What do you mean by client? It is the highest hierarchy level in SAP. All business areas to be integrated onto SAP should be under one client. So whatever client you are working for or configuring, it should come under one client. What do you mean by company code then? Company is an organizational unit for which individual financial statement can be drawn according to the relevant commercial law. So company will have an independent financial statement, will act as an independent entity. So one company will be separate, one company code will be separate from other company code in case of financial statement also. What do you mean by plant? A plant is a place where result oriented activities are conducted, where the actual activity like purchasing, manufacturing, maintenance will take, everything will take place in case of, in place of plant. A plant is a centralized location in an organization where production, services and maintenance facilities are performed. What do you mean by storage location? Storage location is a physical place that is used to store variety of items such as raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods, repair parts, that can be inside plant or that can be outside the plant also. It can be a separate storage location also. What is then warehouse? A warehouse is an important part of an organization that is used to store finished products, semi-finished goods, scraps and tools at predefined specific place. It uses more complex stock management than storage location. So warehouse is a place where we store the material same as storage location, but each material is defined where it should be kept, so that while searching we can immediately and easily find it out where the material is being kept. Now for purchasing, we have so far company code, which is the client, which is the highest hierarchy. Then company code, under company code we have plants, under plants we have storage locations. But who is going to purchase? Is the plant, is the company, is the company code, or is the storage location? Who is authorized to purchase? So there is a separate entity called purchasing organization. Purchasing organization is responsible for performing all the purchasing activities in an organization. Vendor defined on purchasing organizations are purchasing organization as enterprise level. That means purchasing organization at the client level. They will look for all the purchasing activity. So all the purchasing activity requests should reach to client enterprise level, and then this purchasing organization will order the things, order the required quantity in a bulk, and then they will distribute it to the purchasing organizations. Purchasing organization is set up at the highest level in an enterprise. The purchasing organization executes the purchasing activity for all the unit in an enterprise such as company, plant and warehouse. Purchasing organization at company code level. This purchasing organization works on company code level. So if there are multiple company code under one enterprise, then it will this purchasing organization will purchase only for the plant that is mentioned under this company code. It will not get concerned with other plants in other company code. Purchasing organization at company code level, and purchasing at the company code level is created so that we can have a good bargain. We can control what need to be procured in this company code. Say for example Tata Motors, they wanted to have specialized purchasing organization for Tata Motors. Then Tata Hotels will not purchase same thing what Tata Motors will purchase, of course. So that is why there is a separate set of purchasing organization can be made. Purchasing organization as plant level. So in case of, it is advisable to set up the purchasing organization at the plant level for large organizations such as petroleum, crude oil production companies. So for large or petroleum companies and other large organizations, it is suggested to have purchasing organization at plant level, so that particular plant purchasing activities can be monitored and controlled easily. There is something called reference purchasing organization. A reference purchasing organization is to strategic purchasing organization that monitor the purchasing process of other purchasing organization within the enterprise. So this will monitor the other purchasing organization what they are procuring, and if they need the same product, they can get at the same bargain price as earlier. Introduction to type of data in SAP. SAP MM. There are two types of data in SAP MM. One is master data, another is transaction data. So SAP MM will deal with two types of data, master data and transaction data. Master data is that remains unchanged over a long period of time. Master data contains information that is needed again and again in the same way. Example, credit card number, PIN, CVV and the owner's name in master card. So these details, I hope we all have the credit card and debit cards. So these details are valid for 3 to 5 years. Credit card number, then PIN, you will not give new PIN every time you transact. Then CVV number, owner's name will remain constant. So this kind of data we call it as a master data. Then how comes in SAP? SAP like material, type of material, vendor name, vendor address, account number, then plant look there are multiple things which will come in the following slides because it will be too early to give that details. So these are the master data. So I hope you understand that data which does not require frequent change or which is constant for a long period of time, we call it as a master data. In SAP, we maintain our own master data, and we call master data when we are not going to change that particular thing for a longer time. What is transaction data? Data related to day-to-day transaction are called transaction data. Like shopping done using the credit card, no credit card number CVV pin remains same, but now credit card number CVV pin remains same, but the value and the purpose of transaction keeps on changing. So the value, the amount of transaction you made, the time on which the transaction is being made, is the transaction data. There are 6 types of master data in SAP. So SAP MM has 6 types of master data, mainly material master, which contains the, we'll see material master, vendor master record, purchasing information, source list, quota arrangement, and service master. Material master record refer to all the material that a company purchase, produce, consumes, and keeps in its stock. Vendor master keep the information about the vendor, name, address, material they supply to. Okay. Okay. So in coming classes we will see what is this types of master data: vendor master, purchase info record, source list, because these are again a kind of subsection in SAP. So SAP material master record is a section, vendor master record is a section, purchase info record is a section. So these are kind of sub modules which we will see further in our tutorial. Material having common features are grouped together are called material types. Below are the few materials. So materials in SAP are grouped together. Those who are in the material type like finished goods are grouped together to make us as a finished goods, semi-finished goods. We refer finished goods as FERT, semi-finished goods as HALB, raw material as raw, trading goods as HAVA. These are the types of material. These are short keys: FERT, finished goods; HALB, semi-finished goods. Material information saved in database in 3 levels. So one is client level, another is plant level, third one is storage location level. So as we have discussed, segregation of duty, like everybody will have the separate view, will have separate access to the SAP. Nobody will have the full access of SAP. SAP also segregates the database storage, database where the data is being stored, that also got segregated into client level information, plant level information, and storage location level. So client will have only the data which client level is required. Plant will have only the data which is related to the plant related activities. Storage location will have only those data which is related to the storage location level. Material master record comprises of all the information that company needs to manage. Below are the 3 ways to create the material master record. Immediate process, MM01. Scheduling, like if you want to create a material right away, you can use T code MM01. We have already seen that navigation of this path was time consuming, so it has been given a T code. The moment you press MM01, material management screen will be displayed on your screen. Then scheduling process, like you want to schedule it for some time in future, then you can use MM11. MM11 is the T code. Special process, suppose a material you want to procure or process, that material is not, is SAP, your SAP MM is not supporting that material, then in that case you go for implementation. Using, you can implement it and you can plan that material procurement. Immediate process. In case of immediate process MM01, material is created instantly. We need to provide required information related to basic data view, purchasing view, accounting view. Scheduling process will give the scheduling date for the creation of such record. On the predefined date, material will be created. As I said, special process implementation. Suppose we are about to receive a material for which our SAP is not configured, then we can implement such material and then material master record will be created. What are the different views of material master? So, material master has multiple views, depend on the users. Like basic data view will have the basic view of the material. Purchasing view will talk about the purchasing point, purchasing department, purchasing organization will be having this view of the material, which will give the multiple information of the material related to purchasing related activity. Accounting view will have accounting information. View means these are kind of pages and tabs where this accounting related information is kept. So all accounting related information is kept at one place, all purchasing related activity information is kept at another page. Likewise, general plant data storage location view. Storage location information is kept in different view, where it has been like it is a perishable item or non-perishable item, what is the temperature that need to be maintained to store this kind of material, etc. Sales view will have only sales view of the material. MRP will have material requirement planning. MRP stands for material requirement planning. So material, it will have the material requirement view. Quality management will have the quality management view. Similarly, costing will have costing view. Now the beauty of SAP is different department people can, when log in, and they will give the information about they wanted material, they will give wanted to check the material number, by material number, the information about that material. Different department will have different view. Accounting department may not have a view for purchasing view, may not have MRP view. Similarly, purchasing department will not have accounting view. So let's see this views in detail. It contains important information about the material. Basic data view contains information important information about the material. Example: base unit of measure, cross plant material status, etc. Purchasing view, it contains material information from purchasing point of view, like order number, order unit, auto PO, plant specific material status, GR processing time, and source list. Now in purchasing view we are seeing few field name. These are the fields in purchasing view, where order unit you need to mention. If you want to purchase this material, what is the unit? It is a liter, kg, each or dozen, whatever is the unit, you need to mention the unit over there. Auto PO is a checkbox. If you check this, then automatic purchase order will be created the moment this material and the vendor combination is there. Like the vendor who is supplying so if they can create automatic purchase order. Plant specific material status, this is defined whether the material is active or not. If this checkbox is checked, then it will means that this material is blocked to be purchased in this plant. So this material you cannot procure in this plant. GR is goods receipt processing time. That means how much time it will take from the day of purchase order being released to goods receipt. What is the turnaround time? And source list. We will discuss source list in source list section. Accounting view. It contains financial information about the material. Example: standard price, future price, total stock, valuation category, etc. General plant data storage location view. It contains storage information about the material storage. Example, storage condition, hazard or perishable item, picking area and storage bins. Now, how to create a material master record? We have to log into SAP and then create material master MM01. If you want to create a new material, you have to go to MM01. If you want to create a material with reference to the other material, the same data should be copied in this material, then enter the material number in the reference field, go to MM01 and enter the material reference number in the reference field and then create. View the created material. If you want to see the material details, then you can go to MM03 and give the material. So material will be displayed in view only mode. You will not be able to make any changes. Further, if you want to make some changes, then go to MM02. This will allow for editing of a particular material. Suppose a material is being created. Now we need to check in. It is of course not required. You can go to MM03 and can display. But if you want to check in database whether the material is being stored in database or not, then go to SE16N. SE16N is a transaction code. It's the enjoy transaction which will directly lead you to SAP tables. You can enter the table name Mara, Marcy and Mardi. Mara deals with client level data. Marcy deals with this plant level data, and Mardi deals with storage location data. So storage location information will be kept on Mardi table, and plant level information will be kept in Marcy table, and client level information will be kept on Mara. Similarly, if there is a material, there should be one material supplier also. So who is that vendor who is supplying us this material? That information also has to be kept in SAP. That has to be present in the SAP system. Vendor master record contains vendor related information required by an organization for day-to-day operation. Depending on the type of information, it places the data under the following three categories. General data such as their name, address, contact number. There means vendor name, address and contact number. Accounting data, it comprises of bank details, payment systems and payment methods. So this basically deals with what is the vendor's account number, what is the vendor's preferred payment mode, and what is the term of payment, how much you have to put in advance, how much we can pay later, how much we have to pay after selling the goods. Purchasing data, it comprises of purchasing data related to purchasing related data such as terms of payment, date and location of delivery. Vendor master data is also stored in three different levels, same as client level where the client related information will be kept, company code level where the company code level details are kept, and purchase organization level where the vendor master's purchasing organization related information is being kept. To create a vendor master record above material, we have to log into SAP, create vendor master xk01, create a vendor master. If you want to display this vendor master, you have to go to xk03. If you want to just edit vendor master, you have to go to xk02. Modify above created vendor. Okay. Verify same in database by using T code SE16N table. So client level data will be kept at table LFA1, company code level data will be kept at LFB1, and purchasing license data will be kept at LFM1. So any doubt so far? So we come to an end to the session. Thank you everybody for your participation, and do let me know your queries and concerns, and if you have a idea to improve or make our session more interactive, that's also very much welcome. Thank you.